Turkey has made another major stride in the global defense industry with the launch of a prototype of a next-generation fighter jet, the Kaan. This project was developed by Turkish Aerospace Industries as part of its ambitious program to achieve self-sufficiency in national defense equipment. The launch of the Kaan marks a new chapter for Turkey in developing modern and advanced air capabilities. The Kaan program, previously known as the TFX, was born out of the Turkish Air Force's need to replace its aging fleet, such as the F-16 Fighting Falcon, which has long been the backbone of the country's air defense. In addition to modernization, geopolitical dynamics and restrictions on defense cooperation with several Western countries have driven Turkey to accelerate the development of its own defense technology. The Kaan is designed as a fifth-generation fighter jet, featuring stealth technology, high maneuverability, advanced avionics, and the integration of modern weapon systems. Its design features aerodynamic shapes with sharp angles typical of stealth aircraft, as well as an internal weapons bay to reduce radar signature. Some of the key features developed include stealth capabilities to evade enemy radar detection, advanced sensor fusion that integrates various data from radar and electronic systems, a modern digital cockpit with a widescreen display and advanced control system, network-centric warfare capabilities for integrated operation with drones and other defense systems. The launch of the Kaan prototype was a historic moment, witnessed by high-ranking state officials and military personnel. The aircraft successfully completed ground tests before finally undergoing its first test flight. This initial success symbolized the growing maturity of Turkey's defense industry. For Turkey, this moment was not just a technical achievement, but also a symbol of the rise of the national aerospace industry. The Kaan project involved hundreds of local engineers, research centers, and an extensive domestic industrial supply chain. The emergence of the Kaan has significant strategic implications. Militarily, Turkey has the potential to increase deterrence in a geopolitically dynamic region, including the Middle East and the Mediterranean Sea. Furthermore, this success also opens up export opportunities. If Kaan enters mass production and proves reliable in various operational tests, Turkey could become a supplier of fifth-generation fighter jets in the global market, a market currently dominated by major powers such as the United States, Russia, and China. However, challenges remain. Developing a fifth-generation fighter jet requires significant investment, continuous testing, and complex technological refinements. Global competition is also intense, both in terms of technology and defense diplomacy. Defense independence has a long-term vision. The Kaan project reflects Turkey's long-term vision to reduce dependence on imported defense systems. The Turkish government has consistently increased its defense, research, and development budget over the past decade. In addition to fighter jets, Turkey is also developing domestically produced warships, missile systems, and armored vehicles. This independence is not only a matter of national pride, but also strategic flexibility. By possessing its own technology, Turkey can determine its defense policy without overly relying on restrictions or embargoes from other countries. In recent years, Turkey has indeed shown rapid progress in the defense sector. Previously, the country successfully developed combat drones such as the Bayraktar TB2, which have been widely used in various regional conflicts. This success laid a solid foundation for moving on to a much more complex project, a fifth-generation fighter jet. In the early stages of development, the engines used still relied on international cooperation. However, Turkey has a long-term plan to develop a national jet engine to ensure full self-sufficiency in production and maintenance. Although the prototype has been unveiled, the Kaan's journey to full operation remains a long one. Further flight testing, weapon system testing, safety certification, and combat system integration will require years. Furthermore, developing a national engine is a challenge in itself, requiring significant investment and a high level of technology transfer. Defense analysts estimate that if all stages proceed as planned, the Kaan could enter limited production within the next decade. This would make Turkey one of the few countries capable of producing a fifth-generation fighter jet indigenously. More than just a fighter aircraft, the Kaan symbolizes Turkey's global ambitions in technology and defense. This project demonstrates that even developing countries can compete in a highly complex and expensive industry. With a combination of political vision, long-term investment, and increased human resource capacity, Turkey is positioning itself as a significant player in the global defense landscape. The success of the Kaan will not only strengthen the Turkish Air Force, but also strengthen the country's position as a regional power to be reckoned with. Ultimately, the Kaan prototype exhibition is a tangible demonstration of the transformation of Turkey's defense industry. The world now awaits how this national fighter aircraft will develop, be tested in various scenarios, and perhaps one day fly under the Turkish flag in modern defense missions on the international stage.